This week, Iron Banner returned with some returning weapons like the Fool's Remedy, the Time-Worn Spire, this scout rifle, the Guiding Sight, which has quickly become one of my favorite scout rifles in the game. And mind you, I really enjoy my scout rifles. Being at 150 RPM, it sits in the same category as the Jade Rabbit and even the Polaris Lance, if you can believe that. And with the right roll, this is actually a phenomenal weapon. And I show that off in this video a couple of times, going off some pretty cool tears with it. And if you play with it like a scout rifle and you use it at range, it is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to go over a ton of rolls here. I'm just pretty much going to go over my roll and why I enjoy it so much, and, let you decide for yourself. That to say, if you end up getting a roll similar to the one that I have here, I strongly suggest, if you like your scout rifles especially, that you do not dismantle it. Keep it. Try it out. Most of the time people will say that, it's a scout rifle, so, it's kind of garbage. It's kind of doo-doo. You don't really need to hang on to it. I always suggest you hang on to even weapons that aren't necessarily useful at a given time, because you never know when an update is going to bring some usability out of some of these weapons. It's exactly what happened with the 120 RPM hand cannons, with the high impact pulse rifles. This is no different. And for all we know, next season, scout rifles, 150 RPM scout rifles especially, could be in a very good spot. And I'll also explain in this video why I think that these are actually a great deterrent to high-impact aggressive frame hand cannons. Now, starting with the scope on this roll, I'm going with the red dot micro scope, which I think is probably the best scope you can use on this scout rifle. It gives you a nice bump to range at +8, a nice bump to handling at +6, and a super low zoom factor, which I'll get into later, but it also comes with high caliber rounds, and while that's only a +4 to range, I've explained before why I like high caliber rounds. That is additional stagger. It's what allows you to outgun enemies at long range. But what's awesome about this roll is it also comes with Rapid Hit and Zen Moment. And I must say, regarding Rapid Hit, this has become, rather quickly, one of my favorite perks, if not my absolute favorite perk in the game. That's because it just does so much for you. So Rapid Hit states, rapid precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed. Now, stability is great, but adding reload speed, this is realistically better than Feeding Frenzy or Outlaw, because you also get the addition to your stability. And this also has Zen Moment on it, so it causing damage with this weapon also increases stability. So whether I'm getting a body shot or a precision hit, this weapon is becoming way more stable every time I get one of those hits. And that's good, because being a high impact, this has a high range factor, also with a range masterwork, and a low stability factor. The stability on this weapon sits at 34, and with the masterwork, my range sits at 90. So you do the math. Adding Rapid Hit to get stability and Zen Moment to get stability makes this weapon really, really useful. Basically, what all that means is you can sit back at a good range and deal a lot of damage from far away. And with the high stability factor, you're going to be able to keep landing your hits right where you want them to be. Now, of course, for this, being a high impact, that's going to be a very easy 3-tap to the head, or a 4-tap with body shots and a headshot. It's just really, really good, and it remains very stable, and at the ranges, you're able to touch people a long ways away, sniper rifle ranges. And I mentioned before aggressive frame hand cannons. Well, those are a 120 RPM. This is a 150 RPM. And I also mentioned the low zoom factor of the red dot micro, and why that's so good is because with that low zoom, it looks a lot more like a hand cannon. It doesn't zoom in so far, so you have nice open peripherals, and you're able to see everything that's going on around you, and you're able to basically stay engaged whether you're at long range or close quarters. Now, of course, I do suggest strongly that you use this for long range. Use it like a scout rifle. Use it for its intended purpose. And pair it with something close range, like a sidearm, or like right now I'm using the first in, last out with opening shot for the close quarters engagements. Basically, I have everything I need to right here. And I've played several matches with this combo now and been able to put up easy 4.0s on the scoreboard at the end of the match with my efficiency. it's really good. And right now, with Iron Banner going on, I suggest you try and get one. You know, 120s are about to be dealt with. Their ranges are getting nerfed pretty slightly, but it's still going to be a lot easier to hang with some other hand cannons and some other weapons, and one of those weapons being scout rifles. Right now, a lot of rapid-fire scout rifles or adaptive frame scout rifles just get outgunned and outclassed by these 120 RPM hand cannons, and I think you get you one of these, you're going to be set up pretty well for the future, and you can even use it pretty well right now. So go play some Iron Banner, turn in some tokens, grind it out. It's a great time to do it. This is the last Iron Banner of Season 13. Next season we'll be getting some new weapons. 4 new Iron Banner weapons added to the loot pool, and I'm super stoked. Let me guys know what you think. Let me know if you have a role. Let me know what role you have and what you're enjoying using right now. And that's going to be it for me, Guardians. Godspeed, my friends.